elephant in the room. How you going on Hannity on Fox News of all places to discuss what is ultimately a level of tension, a disagreement that you're having with the people in your community? Now, this is not new. Stephen A has known Hannity for a long time. And so yesterday, when I was on Don Lemon's show, and I mentioned that some people look at Stephen A's associations and they're like, what's that about? That's what I was talking about. And I was trying to be fair about it and saying, I don't know that we want to get in the business of judging people by the company that they keep, but that's a pretty loud one. And it's about that network in general. And again, as I told you, probably people don't know this, but when Stephen A left ESPN before, got fired, however you want to term it, in the interim, he was on Fox a lot. And so Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, those types, like he was on. And I used to see him on Fox quite a bit.
Stephen A. Smith is upset because he feels like the black community has turned their back on him. Now, Stephen A. Smith has made a living off of talking down on the black community. Whatever issues we have, he goes against it. We saw Stephen A. Smith when he talked what's the brother some years ago, right? Stephen A. Smith used his platform to go against that. We saw Stephen A. Smith just come out in the Carmelo Anthony situation. Blake say Carmelo Anthony viciously, violently unalived that boy. We know he was giving his marching orders. We know he was told what to say. We saw Terrell Owens call him out and tell him that he be, raccooning. And he got upset. We saw, sometimes I be talking, I be losing the people's names, right? Lamar Odom. We saw when he got suspended, what he said about Lamar Odom. He's went out of his way and every chance he get to disparage black men, right? So then he got on a black women train and started disparaging black women. And he believed because he went to his W bosses and he provided some jobs for black people, he could say and do whatever he want to say. He always brings up, well, I got 4 sisters and 10 nieces and all this. Man, you the breadwinner. You taking care of a bunch of people. So yeah, you can say whatever you want to say and they allow you to get away with it. So down the NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists, called you out as an honoree for achievement, but they gave you the thumbs down in Atlanta because they said that you was disparaging black women. So who do you run to? You run to Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity, of all people, that's who you run to talk to?
Now, doesn't this have to do specifically with your criticism of radical people on the left? And you did mention a couple of African-American women at times. Jasmine Crockett, who says nutty things. Joy Reid, who says, in my view, nutty things. Is that what this is about?
I think it is. I don't think there's any question about it, and that's why I spoke out against it, because I think it's utterly ridiculous. I was raised by 5 black women. My mother, God rest her soul, and my 4 older sisters. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I find it highly offensive that they would label me in this way. Give me a thumbs down award specifically for disparaging black women. I want everybody out there to know there's no such thing. That did not happen. That is a flat-out lie. And that never happened. Whether it was Jasmine Crockett, whether it was Kamala Harris, whether it was Michelle Obama, I pointed to something that they said that I may have disagreed with. That is all. That is all that I have done. And to enjoy
you said
Reid,
about Michelle Obama,
as well.
She could win. That's what I remember you saying about her.
Yeah, but what? No. Yeah, but remember what happened was that I said that I did not appreciate her saying that a vote was a vote against women, because I said there are a plethora of reasons why people go to a poll. Some people might prioritize the economy, immigration, safety in the streets of America, national security, etc. There are a plethora of reasons why somebody would choose to vote. To sit up there and to say to African-American men that a vote be a vote against women, I said, I don't think that's fair. And that's what I said. My point is, whether you agree or disagree, how does the word disparaging come into play? Or to talk about me degrading and denigrating black women? No. I had a difference of opinion about something that they may have said, and that is all. But a journalistic organization that's supposed to, its foundation is supposed to be based on objectivity, and most importantly, uplifting African Americans within the journalism industry. Well, excuse me, what have I accomplished in my career? Where am I sitting at right now? On September 29th, I'm about to be inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame. I've established myself as one of those people in this industry, but I'm not a Hall of Famer for the NABJ. I brought for my national television show, First Take from ESPN, in concert with ESPN and the great bosses that I have. We brought First Take, a nationally televised show, every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on ESPN. We brought it to the NABJ conference. When have you seen a nationally televised show broadcasting live from a journalism convention? I did it the last 2 years in Chicago and Cleveland, respectively. But I don't show up this year, and all of a sudden I receive a thumbs down award. I think it's utterly ridiculous, and I called them on it.
And Stephen A. Smith will never take any responsibility for any of the things that he's done, right? Now, I'm not a fan of the Democrats like that or the Republicans. I don't like a lot of stuff that Jasmine Crockett talks about, a lot of her policies. I'm not with a lot of that stuff, right? But he went on his platform and he talked about Jasmine Crockett while at the same time catering to these W's. That's the issue. You running over there to those W's, but then you turn around and you talking about black people. See, your history speaks for itself. Who you are and who you've been speaks for itself. This is why you're being held accountable and called out, but you're not going to take no accountability. You're not going to take no accountability at all. You was talking sports, you jump into the sports, the political arena, and you're more far-right radical leaning. That's what you are. Just admit to it. You are. It is what it is. But this is what some of the things you said about Jasmine.
Is because here's what I know. All I ever hear her doing is going off about Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you what my belief is? I have no desire to be a politician. Let me reiterate that. And I appreciate House Leader, Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries speaking to me in the way that he did by saying that I speak with the frustration of the American people, because you damn right I do. Let me tell you what gets me annoyed. And I hope Jasmine Crockett is listening to this. And by the way, she's welcome on the show. When you go on national television and you call out of his name and you're being all disrespectful, as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? They don't like him either. I'm talking about those who voted for her in all likelihood. But because he is who he is and he is in that position, they expect you to go to Capitol Hill and figure out a way to maneuver yourself through that terrain to work in a fashion that's going to facilitate getting things done on behalf of your constituents. That's your job. That's your job.
So again, I didn't have too much of a problem when he called out Jasmine Crockett because I didn't fully disagree with some of the things that he was saying. The problem I have is he likes to play both sides, and then he gets his marching orders from them W's, and he comes out and he's historically went against black people. And what he does is he hires people, black people within his circle, but the greater black community, he don't give a damn. Some things, sometimes I always say, Steven, how come you couldn't sit this one out? How come, you know what, I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know the full, the same way W's do. No, he come out in full blast, totally against us all the time. And when he gets called out on it, he don't never just stay quiet. He tries to make excuses for it. Right, so he's going on everywhere. He went on News Nation about this with Cuomo. He's talking to everybody, anybody he can possibly talk to.
You are a black journalist. You are both of those things. But that in this day and age, you've got to pick a team, and your team would be black people, and you should not criticize them.
Well, first of all, black folks criticize each other all the time, amongst family, amongst friends, or whatever. That's number one. Number two, it would matter to me more, Chris, if they said that. That's not what they said. They said I disparage black women. I was raised by black women. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I have 4 older sisters. What are you talking about? There's no truth whatsoever. I own my own production company and my own YouTube channel. I employ 6 black women. I have an accountant. I have a lawyer that are black women. I have big upped and promoted and supported black women all my life because they did it for me. So when you say that I am disparaging black women, you need to back that up. And as an organization, the NABJ failed to do so. If you want to engage in politics and you want to say, we don't like the political tilt that you have to your commentary, well, that's a worthy discussion for a journalistic organization. But you're a journalistic organization that's supposed to be foundation, based on fact. And that's supposed to be your foundation, that and objectivity. And you were neither objective nor factual because they were wrong with what they were saying. They didn't have any facts, and they clearly weren't objective. And that was my point. And to give me that thumbs down 5 weeks before I'm to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and oh, by the way, a year removed from me taking a national television show like First Take for ESPN, back-to-back years in Chicago in 2024 and in Cleveland in 2025. Those years, both years, I took my show to the NABJ conference. Nobody, when have you seen a live national television show broadcasting live from a journalism convention? But that's what I did. Obviously with the help of ESPN and the bosses like Dave Roberts and Burt Magnus and Jimmy Pitaro. They enabled that to happen. What are they talking about? This is not based in fact. And that's why I know for a fact that, you know what, you've got liberals out there that's in the ear of these people that facilitated them making this kind of position. And I'm calling them out for it because it makes no sense whatsoever. There's no truth to what they're claiming. And it's highly offensive. And I want the world to know that.
So as y'all can see, both those videos with Cuomo and Hannity, he said the same exact thing. Because, like I said, he's on a prompter. They telling him what to say and how to say things. He's not his own, man. He's been compromised. He's totally compromised. He's finished. And everybody knows this, man. And Stephen A. Smith, man, nobody watches ESPN like that. That's why he started his own network. And he's trying to get into politics with sports because he sees what the landscape is. He sees how much money Shannon Sharp is making, all those different podcasts has come out. So now he's throwing his hat in the ring, and at some point he's not going to be on ESPN no more. ESPN is on their way out. But he's saying the same thing on every show that he goes on. He's running to these people instead of just running back to his community to have a conversation. He's running over here to these W's, right? Nobody's fooled. But he put us up in this situation, running his mouth. But he don't care, man. Listen. He signed a $100 million deal, but he made probably $100 million before that because he was making about $10, $12, $13 million a year just on the show for like the last 10 years. So he got crazy money. He can retire and go away and don't care. That's why he say what he want to say. He don't give a damn about what y'all think. Y'all not his people. I keep telling y'all, none of them, man. Through media, education, systematic, institutionally, man. This is the way this thing goes. It's not just black versus white. No, man, it's a combination of all these groups of people over here oppressing these people. And we're just the ones at the front of the line being oppressed the most in this country. Man, and he's one of the ones that work for him, man. He's highly paid, right? But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.